All right, well, I haven't done a Fibble for a while, so I thought I'd take a look at this one today. Although this one looks a little bit strange. Alien, perhaps? Anyways, the way Fibble works is it's like Wordle, but on every line, one of the clues is a lie. Let's do the version where I have to guess something that could be the Fibble answer, the hard mode version. So I can't just repeat all of the grays, basically. So I want to keep the I. I want to add another one of those letters in there, probably, because I like to repeat letters to get contradictions. So, what do we want to do? We could do something like triad. That's not too bad. Let's go with that. Okay. Well, we know one of the I's is a lie, which means the A is true for sure. And that's about all we know. So, what I'm thinking is keep the I, because it could be the lie in the second one, and then we have to also then use an L, E, or N. What about swipe? So the I would be the lie in triad, and the E would be the lie in alien. Okay, so what does that mean? What does that mean? So if the green eyes are the lies, then there has to be an E. No, there can't be an E. Right, there can't be an E. If the I's are true, yeah, that doesn't really help. Never mind. I thought I was onto something there. The E could still be the lie on the first and third ones, and the I could be the lie on the second one, but let's do this. Let's assume the gray I is true, the green I is the lie. And but if the green I is the lie, then the S, W, P, and E have to be true. So, but if this one is true, then we'd have to have a T, R, or D. So let's do something. So we could do something like touch. If the T is the lie here, the rest of those are true. The I is the lie up there, the I is the lie down here. Sure, let's go with that. Okay, so interesting. So one of these T's is a lie. And if the T, so if we're assuming the green T is true, then there can't be an I. Which then means they're the lie in both of those. So all the rest of the grays are true. So what about if we do THO something? Can we do something like that? The problem is we can't use any of those other letters then. We could still use a U, because the U could be the lie. But that doesn't quite work. No, then we can't use the H, right. If we're using the U, then we can't use the H. So it's TH. I don't like that. So what if the O is the lie? But then what do we, something like Tommy would work, but I mean, I guess that's just as good as any guess. Sure, why not? Okay, well, one of the T's is a lie, one of the O's is a lie. The rest of them on those lines have to be true. But so let's assume the green T is true for a minute. That means the O would be the lie, so the gray O would have to be true. So there's no O. We know there's no A. There's gotta be, there's no U, there's no A, there's gotta be an E or an I. So I feel like we're either gonna have, if the T is true, then there's no O, and you would have to have an I, but if the T is true, then you can't have an I. So if the T is true, A, E, I, O, and U, and Y are all ruled out. So the T cannot be true. This has to be the lie, which means the O is gonna be true. We could have an O and an I, potentially. So, I'm gonna say that's true, which means this is a lie, which means that's true, which means that's true. So, there's an O somewhere. We could still have the I. And if the green I is true, then S, W, P, or E has to be a lie, and L, E, or N has to be a lie. So I was gonna say we could do something like onion, but then you wouldn't have a lie in swipe. So, but if we're gonna do like an E, then we can't do S, W, or P, because we could do something, you know, like this. We can't do S, W, or P then. We also can't do R or D. So we can't do like, oh, we could almost do olive, but then you'd have L and E that are lies in the first one. O something I something E, what would that be? The problem with using the E is we can't use L, N, S, W, or P then. Oxide almost works, but you can't do the D. So maybe not the E. If we do O something I, and then what? We need an L or an N, and an S, a W, or a P. What about Owing? Owing. Okay, so the O is the lie here, the T is the lie here, the W would be the lie in swipe, the I would be the lie in triad, and the N would be the lie in alien. I think that works. Oh, but it's not it. What? Okay. Okay, either the I, green I, or the gray I is a lie, which means the gray W has to be true. If the, and, okay, the green or the N's and the I's, we know the green or the gray is a lie, the N or the N is a lie. So everything else on those two lines has to be true. So there's no G. We know the O is not there. Okay, so the O has to be, so if the I and the N were both true, the O would have to be there. Can't be like amino. Can't be, I mean, we're assuming that the gray I is the lie, so we can't use an R or a D. We need to have an S, or, oh, we know the E, gray E is true, so there needs to be an S. Ooh, so for there to be the I, yeah, the I and the N would both have to be in there. Yeah. And then we need an S or a P. I don't know. That doesn't really work. Otherwise, there could be no N and no I. And then we'd have to have an R or a D. I don't think that works, which means we can't have an I or an N. We need to have an R or a D. All we've got is the O, an R or a D. So we could do like a double O, R, something like that, like, you know, floor or something. We can't use an L either. Or OOD. But we can't, again, we can't do the R and the D. We can only have R or D, so we can't do like brood or something. We can't do blood or flood. There's no L. What about K at the end? Brook. I think Brook works. So that uses the R is the lie here, the N, the I is the lie, the R is the lie, the I is the lie, T O, N is the lie. Brook. Ugh. Okay. Wow, that felt like a struggle, but we got there in the end. We had 2 guesses left, so I guess it wasn't too bad, but oh man, all of the things that I was assuming weren't working out. Like the I assumed was, the green I assumed was true, then I thought the green T was probably true, and just nothing was working out for me. Oh man. All right, well, interesting one. So with the double O and the K and the B, that's a tricky one. So let me know how this Fibble went for you and how many guesses it took you. And of course, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with some more puzzles. If you could choose, would you like to never have to sleep, or conversely, see what I did there? Never have to eat.
I think that's an easy one for me, because I would choose to never sleep.
Ectopic? Ooh, that's a word and a half right there. Hydrangea. Okay. Wow. Turb sweat. Don't want to do the S. Well, we could do phone, then we could do an S down here.